another 10 pulls. Here we go. This is 20 on the Jin Yoon banner. What are we getting? Yeah, I think I'm starting on... Oh! Is this him already? Yo, let's go. Su Shang to start on top of that, and a 5-star. And a 5-star, dude. Hold on. Next item? Dude, is this the legendary Jin Yoon? And... Let's go! Jin Yoon and 20 pulls, like 15 pulls or something like that. Yo! The streamer luck, though. How's it going, everyone? Sephir here, and welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail video. As you can see, I got insanely lucky with my Jin Yoon pulls. Hopefully yours were also great as well. And today we are going to talk about the Lightning Lord himself. In this guide, we are going to cover the best light cones for him, all of the Eidolon talents, and talk about where you should pull and where you should stop, especially if you're free to play, scaling all the way up to whales. And then we're going to talk about the best units and best relics to combo with the Lightning Lord himself. So let's go ahead and dive right in now. First up, we're going to talk about Eidolons. If you are free to play, I would just recommend getting one copy, a single copy of Jin Yoon. This is going to unlock majority of his power, and you won't have to spend all of your resources fishing, hoping, and praying for extra copies. If you are somebody who is putting some money into the game, a Dolphin player, I would definitely recommend going up to the Eidolon 2. The first Eidolon is okay, but a lot of times this is slightly useless because it's simply going to increase the damage to the right and left of the target that the Lightning Lord strikes by 25%. So a lot of that time, you're going to hit the boss enemy and it's going to hit the enemies on the side, which are just cannon fodder enemies, and they're most likely going to get mowed down by Jin Yoon and the Lightning Lord ultimate, so it won't really matter too much. What you're really after is that second Eidolon, which is going to increase your damage by 20% whenever you use the Lightning Lord's action. So whenever the Lightning Lord takes a turn, you will get 20% more damage, which is a nice overall DPS increase for the character. Now, if you are a whale, you are probably going to be going all the way. So let's talk about the rest of the Eidolons and how significant they are, so you can determine maybe where you want to stop, or if you're a Giga Whale and you're really going all the way to the 6-star, we're going to talk about the maximum benefits you can get. So the third Eidolon is not too much to write home about. Getting extra ultimate damage is decent. Basic attack is irrelevant because you will never be using it. The fourth Eidolon is a little bit spicy. It can give you quite a lot of energy regeneration. You're going to get 2 energy per Lightning Lord count attack action, which is going to be 20 total possible. This can be a nice way to refresh his ultimate and give you some extra energy to keep that attack count high. The fifth Eidolon is actually very good because it's going to increase the talent level by 2, which means the Lightning Lord's potential damage is going to go up by a lot. This is going to be very important, and as an added bonus, you also get skill level, which is Jin Yoon's main attack. And finally, the last Eidolon, which is going to be a very powerful skill. This is going to increase the damage that the target is going to take by 12%, and it's going to stack up to 3 times, lasting to the end of the Lightning Lord's current turn. So this means that all of your characters on the roster are going to do 36% more damage, including the Lightning Lord himself, and this is insanely powerful. With Eidolons out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about light cones. The best light cone for Jin Yoon is going to be Before Dawn, and I'm going to give you my top 3 light cones here, and this is going to include some options for free-to-play players. If you can get a copy of this light cone, it is actually crazy. If you look at the stats on it, you're getting 36% bonus crit damage. On top of that, 18% skill and ultimate damage, and finally, the follow-up attack is going to be increased by 48%. Which is the Lightning Lord. So this is going to be a massive, massive boost to your damage. Not to mention, it is a 5-star light cone, so that's going to come with extra base raw stats like HP, attack, and defense. So this can be very good to go for. I would recommend getting 1 copy of this or going all the way if you're some sort of whale, because then you will get roughly a little bit under double the stats. It's not quite double, but it's a little shy of this, and I think a lot of these light cones in Honkai Star Rail are about the same. They're like, the base version is like 60% of its potential, and then from there it just gains like 10% each way, all the way up to the max. So I would recommend either pulling just for the solo copy or pulling all the way if you are a whale. So either way, this will be a fantastic light cone for you to use on him, and his best option. The second best option for Jin Yoon is going to be Today is Another Peaceful Day light cone. This is going to increase your damage output by a percentage of the amount of energy you have. Jin Yoon has 130 maximum energy, so this calculates out to be a pretty decent number. For the base copy of the light cone, it starts off at 0.2, which is going to give you 26% bonus damage based off of that 130 threshold. And if you somehow manage to get 5 of these, or you can superimposition it up to 5, you will be able to get 52% damage increase. So this is actually a very powerful light cone, and this is going to be available to a lot of variety of players, probably more so to like dolphins and whales, but you will be able to have access to this as you will go ahead and get multiple copies of this, most likely while pulling for other light cones. So if you do manage to have this one, it is definitely pretty powerful. And the third option for light cones is going to be very, very free-to-play friendly. You're going to get multiple copies of this light cone, and it is called the Seriousness of Breakfast. So the reason why it's really good for free-to-play is because you're most likely going to get a superimposition of 3 at least on this light cone, because you're just going to get it for doing quests within the game, and it's some of the free light cones that are obtained through leveling up. So these are going to be very important, but you can also buy this one in the shop for the Forgotten Halls, so that you can go ahead and superimpose this all the way up to 5. So it is a decent light cone, and if you will max it up to the 5 superimposition, you will get 24% damage and an extra bonus for every enemy that you defeat. You're going to get 8% permanent attack for that battle, stacking up to 3 times. So this can be very powerful, and it's a great option because it's pretty much free with just by playing the game. So this is going to be the go-to option for all free-to-play players, and a fantastic choice. With Jin Yoon's light cones out of the way, let's go ahead and start talking about relics. First off, you're going to want to go ahead and find yourself a pair of speed boots. This is going to be really important because it is going to be the most ideal for the Lightning Lord, because the more times that you can attack before the Lightning Lord actually makes its turn and its strike, you're going to be able to power up its attack counter. So this is going to be very important, so having speed on boots is your #1 choice. After that, you are looking for crit rate on the chest piece. You're going to need this to boost up your damage in general, and especially when the Lightning Lord swings down his hammer, you want that bad boy to crit, because you are going to see some insane numbers. So this is going to go very well with the 5-star Light Cone Before Dawn if you manage to pull that, and a couple other options. So crit rate on the chest piece is the way to go. For the link rope, you're going to want an attack power piece, so you're looking for attack power, and that's going to be your best option. And finally, for the planar sphere, you're going to be looking for lightning damage boost. This is going to increase your raw damage output, so it's going to be very important to have. In terms of substats for gear, you're going to be looking for crit rate, crit damage, and speed. Attack percent is also a decent option, so keep your eye open for that, but those are going to be your 3 primaries: crit rate, crit damage, speed for sure. Now we're going to start talking about the best sets available for Jin Yoon, and that's going to come from World 6 and Simulated Universe. You are definitely looking to get the Inert Salsado set for the Link Rope and the Planar Sphere. It's going to increase your crit rate, but more importantly, it's going to increase your ultimate and follow-up attack damage by 15%. So that means the Lightning Lord is going to hit a lot harder once you reach that crit rate threshold. The next set that you're going to want to keep your eyes out for is going to be the Band of Sizzling Thunder. This set is going to increase your lightning damage by 10%, and it's also going to increase your attack power by 20% when you use the skill, which is all the time with Jin Yoon. So this is a very nice synergy with the character. This is going to be your best option, and I'll go ahead and give you a backup option just in case you can't manage to pull together a full set of this gear. As a nice backup option, I would recommend using a 2-piece Wild Wheat and 2-piece Thunder set, so you can kind of mix match if you have that, or if you just don't have any of the Thunder set at all, you could end up using the 4-piece Wild Wheat, as it will give him speed, which is also pretty good for the character. And a decent backup for the Simulated Universe sets is going to be this sort of attack boost here that's also going to give you more attack power when you have speed. It can be a good option if you just happen to find a like 5-star lightning orb that's part of the set, you can utilize and make use of this. And another backup set that's going to be for the simulated universe gear, the link rope and the planar sphere, would be this space sealing station. It's going to give you attack power %, and when you reach 120 speed, which if you're using speed properly, you should reach that, you're going to be able to get 12% extra attack power, so this can be very nice as a sort of a backup. And let's just say you happen to have a 5-star lightning orb that's really good stats and you want to make use of it, you can do this as an optional. And finally, we're going to talk about characters that pair really well with Jin Yoon. First up on my list is actually going to be Ting Yoon, which sounds a lot similar to the character, but this character is very good for a lot of reasons. The main reason is that when you use Ting Yoon's ult, you're going to give energy to the Lightning Lord, and that's going to allow him to use his ult. When he does use his ult, that's going to add 3 to the attack counter for the Lightning Lord, and that's going to allow you to increase that damage when the Lord finally strikes. So this is a very powerful combo, and I think that this makes it the best option. There is a couple of nice bonus combos with Ting Yoon, as she is a lightning character and can make use of the lightning cone. It's something like something planetary, where if somebody does the same type of damage as you do, you can increase their damage, so that can be a nice combo as well. But I think that she pairs well because she's going to feed a lot of power-ups to Jin Yoon himself, and she's also going to use minimal skill points. Jin Yoon is very skill point hungry. He wants to use his skill as much as possible to power up the Lightning Lord, so auto attacking or basic attacking with him is not an option, and Ting Yoon definitely keeps your skill points on the team very high. My second best choice for a combo would be Bronya. Bronya is also a powerful support, but more importantly, she's going to have the ability to allow Jin Yoon to take an extra turn. If Jin Yoon can take an extra turn, then he can generate more attack counts for the Lightning Lord, which will also power him up quite a lot. So this is good synergy. I will say that Bronya is probably a little bit better when paired with Seele, and a lot of times you're going to use Seele on the opposite team of Jin Yoon because they're both so strong that they can actually just carry an entire team by themselves. So this is going to be why she's in the second best slot and maybe not the best slot as a pair up with Jin Yoon. If you don't happen to have those characters from the banners, don't worry, Asta is a very strong support for Jin Yoon as well, because you will be able to increase the speed of all allies with the ultimate. So that's essentially just going to let Jin Yoon take more turns, and once again, combo by allowing him to increase the attack count of the Lightning Lord by using his skill more times. In addition to that, she does have an attack power-up, which can be useful for him as well, so this will combo quite nicely. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell if you found this information useful, as we will have more content coming up for characters in the future. Thanks for your time and watching the video, and we will see you in the next one.